Hi there. Thank you for tuning in. I am going to demonstrate how I sew on a hanging sleeve onto a project, and I'm going to be using a very small project today. This is a 10-inch wide small little wall hanging, and we're going to sew our hanging sleeve onto the top of it. So what I've done so far here is I've sewn the binding onto the entire project, and I have trimmed the excess. I've trimmed off the batting and the backing so that we just have our 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. Now I'm going to turn my project over onto the wrong side. So we're looking at the back here. I have just a leftover piece of binding strip from another project that happens to be the perfect size. And I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you can see this. So my project here measures about 10 inches wide. My hanging sleeve is shorter than that. I like to leave about an inch on each end away from the end of my project. And my hanging sleeve here, now you can get a little fancier if you'd like. I don't, because nobody sees this. So this is a leftover piece of binding strip from another project. This is the salvage end, and this is a cut end. I'm just going to center it on the back of my project. And what we're going to do here is, I'm going to set my what we want to do is on the front side, I want to pull that corner, my binding corner, out so that it's not sticking, so that it's not laying down flat. The reason I'm doing that is because if I happen to start sewing, I'm not going to be able to see where I'm sewing, right? So if I were to happen to start sewing here and just catch the corner of my binding on the front side, well, that would be a real crapper, wouldn't it? So I start sewing, I just pull that corner over by hand and hold it there as I begin sewing so that I don't accidentally catch it. All right, we're going to align my hanging sleeve raw edge with the raw edge of my entire project, and I'm going to use only about 1/8 of an inch seam allowance here. I just need to catch this. And that saves me thread, you guys. That's why I sew onto and off of a little scrap of fabric every time. That saves me thread and saves me, the thread sucking down into my bobbin case. So this is what it looks like when it's all done. So you can see I sewed that on with just like 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. On the front side, you're not going to see that when you flip over your binding. We're going to flip over. Next is going to be the hand work, which I'm not going to show in this video. I'm just going to show you how I prep it. So here we would then bring over our binding, and then we're going to hand stitch it down. It's going to be covered here, and it's also covered on the front side as well. So that's how I do a hanging sleeve on all of our projects. Oh, how do I attach this down? We will take a hand needle, and we will sew this folded edge down to the project. I don't hem in my sides because I find that when I put my hanging bar through there, it gets caught in the hem. So for that and a few other reasons, I don't hem the ends of my hanging sleeve, much to my mother's disappointment, but oh well. But that's it. That's my hanging sleeve 101. It's going to look great. I hope you found this helpful, and please share. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.